Hey, Village students. Hope y'all are doing great today. Today is day 4 of Passion Week. And actually, it's Passover. So happy Passover. It's the beginning of Passover. And so I wanted to read to you from the scripture today. I've been sending messages all week long of passages that I've wanted you to read and to study up on. We started with the triumphant entry, and then we read about the cleansing of the temple. And also, I hope you're keeping up to date with your devotional that we're all doing today. I think we're reading about the fact that we cannot earn God's grace. He gives it to us through his son, Jesus. And if you don't know what Passover is, I encourage you to go to YouTube and type in Passover and then Bible Project and watch that video. It's a really good video that explains it to you. But today I thought I'd read on a video instead of just sending you a text. So this is a combination of Matthew 26 and John 13, because I think John 13 is an important part of the Passover night that's not in the Synoptic Gospels. So here we go. Listen up really closely, and then I'll ask you a couple questions at the end. Matthew 26, starting in verse 17. On the first day of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Where do you want us to make preparations for you to eat the Passover?" "Go into the city to a certain man," he said, "and tell him, 'The teacher says, my time is near. I am celebrating the Passover at your place with my disciples.'" So the disciples did as Jesus had directed them and prepared the Passover. When evening came, he was reclining at the table with the 12. I'm going to flip over to John chapter 13. I'll start at verse 3. Jesus knew that the Father had given him everything into his hands, and that he had come from God and that he was going back to God. So he got up from the table, laid aside his outer garment, took a towel, and tied it around himself. Next, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet and to dry them with the towel he tied around him. He came to Simon Peter, who asked him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus answered him, "What I'm doing you don't realize now, but afterward you will understand." "You will never wash my feet," Peter said. Jesus replied, "If I don't wash you, you have no part with me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, not only my feet, but also my hands and my head." "One who is bathed," Jesus told him, "does not need to wash anything except his feet, but he is completely clean. You are clean, but not all of you." For he knew who would betray him. This is why he said, "Not all of you are clean." When Jesus had washed their feet and put on his outer garment, he reclined again and said to them, "Do you know what I have done for you? You call me teacher and Lord. And you are speaking rightly, since that is what I am. So, if I, your teacher and Lord, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example, that you should do as I have done for you. Truly I tell you, a servant is not greater than his master, and a messenger is not greater than the one who sent him. If you know these things, you are blessed if you do them." I'm going to flip back over to Matthew 26. While they were eating, and this is verse 21, while they were eating, he said to them, "Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me." Deeply distressed, each one began to say to him, "Surely not I, Lord." He replied, "The one who dipped his hand with me in the bowl, he will betray me. The Son of Man will go out just as it is written about him, but woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would be better for him if he had never been born." Judas, the betrayer, replied, "Surely not I, Rabbi." "You have said it," Jesus told him. As they were eating, Jesus took bread, blessed it, and broke it. He gave it to his disciples and said, "Take and eat it. This is my body." Then he took a cup, and after giving thanks, he gave it to them and said, "Drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. But I tell you, I will not drink from this fruit of the vine from now on until the day when I drink it with you in my Father's kingdom." After singing a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Here are the questions, and again, you can put these under the thread, or you can text them to me, or whatever you want to do. Maybe just answer them in your own head. But here's question number 1. What does Jesus' model of humility in washing the disciples' feet teach us about being a servant? Question number 2, what is Jesus saying when he tells his disciples that the bread is his body and that the wine is his blood? And question number 3, what does Jesus mean when he tells Peter that unless he washes him, he has no part in him? Love you guys, praying for you. If you need anything at all, don't hesitate to text or call. We miss you, and Christine and I are ready to see y'all again. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.